Before the break, we saw what a great weekend this will be to do anything but travel, especially in the Midwest and Northeast. But what if you have to? More than 80 million of us celebrated Thanksgiving far from home. That's a record, by the way. And now all of those flyers and drivers and buses and train riders, they have to get back. Thankfully, the end of the government shutdown should mean fully staffed airports, but that's a little bit of comfort, not much, if flights are grounded due to weather. Just tonight, Airbus ordered an emergency software update on thousands of its widely flown A320s. So what's a wary traveler to do? Well, tip number one is do everything that my next guest says. Bobby Laurie, is a former flight attendant and airline analyst who writes about travel and co-hosts the TV show The Jet Set. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Look, airport-wise, we've been talking about the shutdowns. I felt like I lived at Newark Airport for a week. But let's get right to this Airbus situation. Airbus issuing a major recall saying it needs to make immediate repairs. We're talking 6,000 jets. We're also getting reports, we're trying to confirm that those jets have been grounded, right? All these people trying to get home. How big of an issue is this going to be?
Okay, so you are right. So it's about 6,000 aircraft that are impacted worldwide. Here in the United States, we're looking at so far less than 1,000. Okay. American Airlines is actually the largest operator of the Airbus A320 family in the United States. And they have 340 of them, and they've come out and said that they have about 220 to 240 planes that actually need this software update. Now, the software update itself is being administered through a USB drive, and it takes about 2 hours for it to be completed. And American said they're going to have the majority of their planes updated overnight tonight and in through the morning tomorrow. A couple of the other airlines, Delta, said they only had 50 airplanes or so impacted, so they're not seeing any reason for delays or cancellations. And United actually had no airplanes affected, even though they do have 320s in their fleet. So hopefully the impact here in the U.S., not as large as it will be over in Europe, where the majority of the 320 family is flying.
Interesting. I mentioned I was at Newark, during this shutdown, and we kept saying there's going to be this ripple effect from the shutdown. Are we seeing that ripple effect? Are these speed bumps really all behind us?
Yeah, so from the government shutdown, yes, those speed bumps are behind us, but there's about to be another ripple effect, and you were just talking about this before, because of the winter weather that's about to make its way across the country, especially through the Northeast. That's where most of the airlines have some of their most major hubs, and whether or not you're flying through those airports, that's one thing, but your airplane might be, and that's going to cause a domino effect. And then, of course, if this Airbus situation, if their planes are not getting updated quick at the speed that the airlines thought that they would be, of course, that delay or cancellation could cause an effect for you as well.
Yeah, how did pre-Thanksgiving air travel go? We always say, this year we're breaking records, but we broke records again.
We broke records again. Things went pretty well. I mean, just like you mentioned, the airports were staffed, everyone was back to work, everyone was paid, so everything moved along nicely. Aside for some weather hiccups here and there was no computer glitches, no meltdowns to worry about. Everyone got from point A to point B pretty safely, and aside from this one particular storm, getting home might not have the same luck that getting there had.
Yeah, right. What is the single smartest thing that flyers can do to make this process a little less grueling?
Single. There's a lot more than single. Come on now, Jessica. So let's see. Let's see if we can narrow it down. I would say, especially if you are traveling through this track of this storm, the airlines have already waived their change fees. If your schedule is flexible, go ahead and try to change your flight now. They will let you do it free of charge, maybe connect through a hub in the south. This way you can minimize your impact, of course, aside from your airplane flying through there. But also make sure you have the airline's app on your phone, as well as you following them on social media, because you can communicate with them faster that way, rather than waiting in a line at the airport or on their 1-800 number.
Okay, if you haven't booked Christmas travel, is it too late?
No, it's not too late at all. In fact, the airlines would be very happy if you did, because a lot of people did not book during the government shutdown, a little bit weary of what the situation was going to look like, what the landscape was going to look like. So you can still go ahead and book. The sweet spot for booking airline travel is actually between 6 and 8 weeks in advance. So we're kind of in that sweet spot right now where you might just get a good deal rather than at that point where the fares start to rise the closer we get to departure time.
Okay, what are your thoughts on this etiquette drive for people to dress up more and be kinder, and
Yeah.
will it work?
Yeah, okay, so being kinder, yes, everyone should be kind to one another, especially when you're at the airport. Traveling, or even driving for that matter, traveling as a whole is a stressful experience for everybody. So being kind to one another and treating everyone with respect will just lighten the mood for everybody and make it a more enjoyable experience. When it comes to wearing pajamas on a plane, now, as a flight attendant, I've seen a lot. And I've seen people come in pajamas. I've seen slippers in the shape of animals I didn't even know existed. I don't really know whether or not that's going to be something that will enhance the experience, but at least go comfortable and just be respectful.
And keep your shoes on.
Yes, please.
Yes.
And your socks.
Yes, all of it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time.